Well, maybe that wasn't the only one, but pinball. Woo! So you've probably never seen any of these games before. This is Star Trip. It was made by Game Plan. Not a huge company, but I mean they made a good amount of stuff. They made Sharpshooter with Roger Sharp, the guy pinball in New York. And this was made by Fascination. But then, at the same time, it was also Allied Leisure, because Allied Leisure bought out Fascination, and this was some kind of holdover game. So, we're just not going to question that. And somebody stole my damn shooter rod. So, I'm going to start on this one, because it does look a lot nicer. So this playfield is in really good shape, especially for an obscure game. If the counter's correct, it should only have about 7,000 plays on it. But still, this is in good shape. These look like Titan clear rubbers. I haven't checked for the marking. These are in good shape. But weirdly enough, somebody took all the bulbs. See, all throughout the playfield, there's not a single bulb in the game, and I couldn't tell you why. I guess somebody needed them. But now, I can show you why they're both here. We got the playfield up. You can see it's actually routed pretty nicely. If you need to do any electrical repairs, you have a good amount of space to work. Oh, it does have the bulbs under here. It uses weird niche parts. I have never seen a drop target assembly that looks like this. If it would go down for me. That is a very weird way to mount your spring. But, if you'll notice, there is no rectifier board, and there is no MPU. And this stupid thing runs sound the same way 8-ball does, with a bell and chime system actuated by solenoids. I'll take a wild guess what happened to this one. So, both of these coils burnt down. This one, if you actually look, the wood is burnt. I'm assuming it was legitimately on fire. This one, same thing, right under there. Now, if you look, this one's missing. It's MPU. Wonderful. But it does have its driver board, it does have its power board, and somebody changed out the big, not coil, I forget what it's called. But so, this should just need a board replacement and then actually be functional. And the nice thing about this is it is running a Bally Gottlieb standard, so a lot of these parts are just interchangeable, like coils over here. These coils are not the same number coils, but they're close off of that game. The ones off of 8-ball should be 227s. I'm wondering if somebody used the right coil, because the numbers for these are not quite the same. And usually they are for weird little companies like this. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. It's done the typical cheap out on the speakers for the 80s things, but it does have an aftermarket soundboard, probably because the original burned out. From looking into this game, that seemed to happen quite a lot. And what's interesting, that only this game has, because the other one has a traditional coin door, the coin slots are out at the front here. And it travels down a track, and then pops into the coin assembly down there. To hop back over here, the name of the game is Eros 1. I don't know what that means. You can use your imagination. It's got some interesting features. The two upper pop bumpers are 10 points each, and the lower one is 100. It's not when lit. Not really sure why that is. There's a button target on the left, a button target on the right, 4 drop targets up top, although that one's missing, and there is no way I'm finding a replacement, but the other ones are still intact. It's got 4 upper lanes, and for some reason, one of them has a star rollover. It's got like a little Bride of Pinbot-esque hidden trail. You can enter from the top right, or you could shoot it up through the right, and it'll drop down through the center here. Just like Black Hole, it has a shooter lane gate. I don't know the rules of the game, though. It's got a roll over here, a roll over here. I'm assuming that relates to the gate. 2 slingshots. I believe there may be a third. Oh, nope, that's just targets. And 1 more button target all the way up here, a big rectangle target. Moving over to Star Trip, which is a little less complete. Oh, that's 2-player only. This is the ability to do 4-player. The features, which you can't really see, because I have some of it. I have to get a plastics kit, but I'm working on it. It's got 3 really odd drop targets in the top right. They're like button targets that somebody morphed in the assembly. 2 pop bumpers right in the middle, a kick-out hole in the top left, a spinner, which I kind of redid on my own, 4 upper lanes, and 2 flippers. There's a slingshot here, and a slingshot here. This one's missing its hammer and its coil, but I have a coil. This one's just missing its entire assembly. So I'm probably going to end up transplanting that coil to there. Just, you know, the primaries are more important. That's about it for the moment. I got to go hop on and find parts for these. Functionally, this one's probably going to work first. I've been spending a long time cleaning it. And while that one looks a lot better, it needs a primary and a rectifier board. This just needs its primary board. So this probably work first. I do have the bezel for this. I have the rest of the parts to get back on there. Like you can see, still have some stuff to do. But it's getting there. I'm probably only going to keep one, maybe. And we'll see how it goes.